Okay, on this episode, we are here with the founding father of this podcast. I've said it time and time again. If it wasn't for this guy or Nolan, this podcast would be nothing. I'd be interviewing slow-pitch softball players. He is the international man of mystery, as he just signed a deal to play in South Korea. It is my pleasure to welcome back Nick Kingham to the Officially Unofficial podcast. How about that for an intro?
Hey, man, that was pretty good. I don't know if I'll ever get introduced that well ever again. So I appreciate it, man. My pleasure coming back. I was the first one on, and this one won't be the last. So this is second of. I'll probably just do like 15 of these. I don't know.
It's all right. We might have to. You might as well have to fucking become a co-host sooner or later if we keep doing this shit. Gonna have you keep firing this shit on. So we gotta talk about something.
The way it's been going on, dude, your thing's blowing up. So it'll be around a while. I'll hop on. I'll co-host. I'll color.
I appreciate that, man. And what you said earlier it wasn't correct, okay? You are the ace of this South Korea team. I saw the tweet. We just signed the ace, Nick Kingham. I saw it. I can't read Korean. I had to use the translate thing. But you are the ace. So talk about that. What was that decision like to kind of say pretty much fuck you to Major League – not fuck you to Major League Baseball, but kind of walk away from that and, I mean, pursue a career in South Korea, man?
Dude, so it's been a long time coming. I've last couple of years, maybe – 4 years ago, I heard about it. Played with some guys that had the opportunity to go over there and play. And then I was like, oh, dude, if I ever get that chance, for sure I'm going. Like, that'd be the coolest experience, whatever. Major League Baseball is obviously the goal, and I accomplished that goal by getting there. Luckily, I mean, obviously I didn't stick around long enough as long as I'd like. But, I mean, it's not over. The road isn't closed there. So this is just another opportunity, another avenue to pursue my career and to keep playing. And I think it's a hell of an experience to go over there and play in a completely different culture and play in front of completely different fans. I mean, the atmosphere there is like soccer, and during the World Cup, like it's just nonstop party yelling and just passion pouring through and through. So I think it'd be awesome to be stupid to not get to go over there if I had the opportunity, and I did. So I took it.
No, and I mean, the thing about that is just you got to weigh out your options, right? Either I'm going to go battle from AAA to Major League, keep going back and forth, having to keep packing my shit and moving, getting paid what's like very, very low, or should I go to South Korea, pitch in front of an electric atmosphere where I know I'm going to stay there, and I mean, that just makes way more sense, just thinking on a logical reasoning.
Definitely, dude. I mean, like you said, it would have been the up and down. Even if you're doing well, roster spots need to be made. You're expended. You're spent for 5 days if you pitch multiple innings. So they need a guy to come up here and back up. You go down, bring somebody else up. That's just the nature of the beast. Sometimes it's out of your control. This way, I'm going over there. I know my role. I know I'm pitching every 5 days. I know I'm going to stick around. They do have a minor league system over there, but I believe it's not as they don't use it as much as the major leagues. But yeah, for the most part, dude, there's some consistency, some solidity over there, in which I felt real good about just using that in my decision.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk about something before the South Korea stuff. I mean, something big happened to you before this. Actually, in the middle of these two episodes, you got married. And just for the credibility, I'll pretend that I was there. But just to pretend that I was there, that I wasn't there. Talk about the wedding, man. How did that go? How was that?
So the wedding with her right there. I don't know if you can see wherever she's at.
I can see her. She's dialed in on the phone, probably following official.
She's in the background. Yeah, dude, the wedding was incredible, man. The fact that it was in the Dominican, on the beach, in another country, it blew my mind. The turnout, that it was awesome. People had a great time. It was fun. It was relaxed. It wasn't like high stress at all. I told everybody just wear whatever you want. I had people in flip flops at the wedding. Somebody was laying on a lawn chair checking it out. Some guy walking behind me in a Speedo. It was just all loose. Like, it doesn't even matter. Come as you are, man. It was all good. I just wanted people to have a good time and just remember this trip for more than just a wedding, but just a little vacation and just a celebration of us.
Yeah, and I talked to it about Brennan, and let me say on the record, I don't even know if Brennan was sober for a second on this trip, just based on the stories he told me. Can we just talk a little bit of a background on Brennan, how mangled he was for the trip? Just a little credibility for him?
He was pretty hot all week. But I mean, it was good. And that's what I wanted. I wanted people just to be as you are. They don't put on a front for anything. Just if you want to get lit every night, do it. I don't care. I'll join you some nights. Yeah, it was fun. He was a good time. He got after it. He didn't hold anything back. That's for sure. But no, I think he enjoyed it, and I wouldn't have wanted it any other way, and I don't think he would have either. So it was all good.
Yeah, and I'm going to make a promise to you just based on it because I missed the first wedding. I will be there at the 25th wedding anniversary of the Kinghams. I promise you that. I'll probably, if I'm alive then, if my liver's still holding up by that time, I'll be there for that. And that's my promise to you, Nick. That's just a friend to friend.
I appreciate that, man. It's funny you said it because we did mention something about like a 20th anniversary or whatever, just doing it all again and running it back. Everybody who was invited the first go around, everybody's invited again, even if we're not friends anymore. And then plus some friends. So everybody's invited to the next one.
This is a wedding question that I honestly have no idea about. Are you allowed to drink at your wedding or be like drunk? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I mean, I was. Oh. I don't
know. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were drunk at the like? Are you allowed to be drunk like at the ceremony? That's what I'm asking.
If you're allowed, are you allowed to be drunk? I mean, you're allowed to do anything. Is it a good look? Probably not. Was it a good look for me to be drunk? Probably not, but I was.
Was your wife happy?
Was my wife happy? No, probably
not. Oh, no. Alrighty. We're already starting off on the wrong note. It's all good, though. I mean, just based on the fact that, like I said, I missed the wedding, I'm going to be in Vegas next week. I will take you, Logan, maybe Brennan. We'll see if I can afford it. We're going to go out for sushi. Actually, I forgot Nolan. So, Nolan, you're also invited to that, too. I mean, it'll hurt the wallet a little bit, but I'll bring it. Maybe I'll only pay for the drinks. I don't know. We'll figure it out based on that. I don't know what I'm going to pay for. But that's my wedding gift to you because obviously I didn't buy a gift. So that's the wedding gift I wanted to mention for you.
I appreciate that, man. Well, I look forward to it.
And okay, let's go back to the South Korea stuff. Just to help you out, just friend to friend, I made up a list of fun facts I found out about South Korea that many people don't know. I just wanted to help you out here. So you ready for these?
Bring it, baby. Yeah.
In Korea, babies are considered 1 year old at birth.
I knew that. I just found that out. Yeah.
Fuck's sakes. All right, cool. Weird. Never mind then. In South Korea, it is legal to drink alcohol in public. You can carry your open beverage wherever you want and get booze with the locals. Did you know that?
I found that out when I was there, yes. And that's the same as it is here. I mean, basically on the Strip, you can walk around with alcohol. Only on the Strip, though. Don't just walk around neighborhoods and stuff. You'll get arrested for that.
If I did that, let me put on the record. If I did that in Canada, I'd get jumped by a SWAT team. That is how strict they are on alcohol on the street in Canada. I almost got a ticket for public drinking. Sorry, Maria, if you're listening to this. Yes, I almost did, but I didn't. I'm the finesse kid. So this is my last one.
I didn't know that.
Baseball in South Korea is referred to as yagu, and teams are named after corporations. Did you already know that?
I did not know the Yagu part, but yes, corporations own all the teams over there, like Samsung, LG, Lotte is a big like candy company. They do everything. Kia, the car dealer owner, they own all the teams over there. There's 10 of them, and so all major corporations own the baseball teams.
Okay, and I also studied a little bit. I text you this. I studied the Korean language, and I learned how to say "Let's go, Nick" in South Korean.
Okay.
I've been practicing this my whole life. Ni kaza. I don't know if that's right. South Koreans, if you're listening to this, let me know if it's right. Does that sound right?
Sure, man. I don't know that. I don't know if it is. It sounds cool. I don't know. It sounds like it works. Nik
so
kaza.
What did you learn? You told me you learned a couple words down there. What's the big words you learned?
Oh, I learned hello. 안녕하세요.
Wow.
I learned thank you. 감사합니다. What else I learned? Nice to meet you. 반갑습니다. What else I learned?
I love you.
I love you is 사랑해. Baby is Chungjin. Cha-ji-yu. She knows more than I do.
She's dialed in. She's been
looking up all the endearment stuff, like all the cute stuff.
She might.
Oh, beer. I know beers. McJu. Wine is Potoju. I can get you fucked up, so yeah, that'll be cool.
This language is goddamn incredible. I might have to drop everything I'm doing and learn this shit. I love this. I mean, I love that. And the fact that you're there, man, I mean, it just came out of nowhere for me because Brennan just told me, he's like, look at Nick's Instagram story. I looked at it. Next thing I know, Nick Kingham's in fucking South Korea. I mean, was that just so, like, out of the blue for you too, or was it, like, a couple weeks in advance they reached out to you about it?
So I've been kind of talking to teams over there since the end of the season. Nothing really came about it. There was no headway. There was no steam going. Kind of went dead. And then a team reached out and said, "Hey, we want to sign you like today. We want to get this thing done. We're done like negotiating with all the other guys. We're over it. We want to start and sign you." And so I was like, "Okay, cool. And we agreed verbally to terms, pending a physical." And then that was like on December, no, I don't know, November 30th, let's say. And then I was on a plane December 5th.
Really?
So it was about right around a week later. They were on a plane. Yeah, I flew out physical to do all the testing and make sure I was healthy, and then sign the actual paperwork. And I'm a SK Wyvern. That's what they are.
I was actually just about to ask you how to pronounce that team name because I don't want to butcher it and offend anyone. I'm pro South Korea. Just to put down the record, I'm pro South Korea. I'm a big South Korea guy. I'm a big Nick Kingham guy. And I just want to talk about this because I asked you this the first time we actually did this interview when you stepped off the plane in Toronto. I wanted to ask that about the Korea. Just it's crazy how things come around. So when you stepped off the plane and you're in Korea, what was the first impression you got?
The first of all, the airport there is incredible. It looks like the fanciest, nicest mall I've ever been to. It's brand new. Everything's automatic. Big automatic doors. Big shopping centers and stuff. So I stepped off the plane there, and that's what I saw. It was cold as shit. 17 degrees, probably like your neck of the woods right now.
Yeah.
Really, really cold. It did snowed a little bit, but not bad. But got outside. We landed at night, so it was kind of hard to see. As the sun was coming up, so the sun was rising right above the city, I guess, of Incheon, which is the city that I'll be playing in just outside of Seoul, in a little town called Songdo. It's like a little community in Incheon. So the sun was coming up, dude. I'm in the tallest building in there too, in the city. So they're like, "Hey, look at that big building over there, the big pointy one." He's like, "That's where you're gonna be staying." So I was like, "Cool, man." And the sun was coming up right behind it, so it was kind of like magical. Like, this is dope. Like, this is the first experience, first kind of encounter of the city, and I'm seeing that, so it was really cool.
Like I always wonder this about there. Are you like a massive fucking A-list celebrity there? Like when you're walking around, are people like I'm just assuming this? Are people gonna recognize you, for instance, as like a pitcher for their favorite fucking team, or is it just a little bit more low key?
I don't know, man. I mean, there's a bunch of tourists that obviously visit there. So they have a bunch of different nationalities coming through, but a big, tall, white dude kind of stands out. So they might not know what I do, but they might know that I'm not from there. They'll definitely know that I'm not a local.
I actually, like I said, I'm a big research guy. I did research and I actually found you a future friend on the team. His name's Jamie Romack. He's Canadian, so shout out to our country. He actually coaches in an organization that is in the league that I coach in. I don't know him on a personal level because he's very intimidating. He's a scary guy. I could be wrong. Jamie. If you're listening to this, I apologize. But I'm just going to say I found you an English-speaking friend that you can kind of converse with there, and he's a legend there. He hit 97 bombs in his career so far. So
yeah, dude, he just signed back on to come back for his 5th year, I believe. They were telling me he's awesome, dude. He lived in the same building I did last year. They already gave me his phone number, so I just said hello to him, reached out. He said, "Hey, anything anything he can do to help, he's more than willing." So yeah, I've already kind of exchanged words with him. But other than that, I look forward to meeting him. Yeah, I heard he's a really cool dude, really nice guy.
So what's the?
He likes the soju too. I heard soju is their it's like sake almost, and he loves that. So I just tried that, and it's pretty good.
So you're a big food guy. Like you just said, you've tried a couple of the food places down there. What are you excited to try there, or just learn their culture? Like, what things are you expecting from their culture down there?
I don't know if I'm excited to. I mean, nothing new. I've tried just about anything. Even sea urchin, I've tried that, and I'm not a big fan. But dude, they eat sushi all the time, and that's my favorite thing. So we went there and had sushi twice. We had Korean barbecue twice, where they cook in front of you, or where you cook in front of yourself and cook your own meat right there. So it's just different culture, different style of cuisines there, man. A lot of raw food, a lot of fresh fish, a lot of rice, a lot of noodles, which is incredible. Dude, I love ramen. The soup, they have soup in every meal. We had soup for breakfast at the hotel, soup for lunch, soup for dinner, dude. It's incredible, man. It's just something like you completely different than I've ever experienced, been raised and stuff. And I love soup, so I'm down with it, man. Yeah.
The soup, man. I love that. And Brennan told me, actually, that you absolutely demolish sushi at dinner. He told me it was something along the lines of like 42 rolls. Am I wrong on that? Or is it rolls?
Like little pieces?
42 pieces. He told me you can have 42 pieces of sushi. Is this true?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't do it all the time, but yeah, easily. I can throw down a lot. I mean, so a buddy of mine, Ryan Hafner, I used to play with, we would go to sushi. This is before they had all you can eat. We would go to sushi, and we were dropping like 150, $200 a piece because we're getting the specialty rolls, like $15 rolls. But I mean, if you're dropping 150 bucks, you're getting 7 rolls.
Yeah.
If they come with 7 pieces or 6 pieces to 8 pieces, whatever it is,
42.
That's 42 to 56. I'm not very good at math, but that's what it is roughly. So yeah, dude, we throw down sushi, man. It got expensive. That's why when all you can eat came around, I was like, I'm gonna get my money back now. Yeah.
You're gonna fucking get right back at those companies for fucking you over. So what is what is the sushi like there, like in South Korea? Like, is it a little bit different than Las Vegas or even the United States?
So it's heavy on the like raw. Like they have a lot of rolls and stuff, but nothing's really fried there unless you ask for it fried. Nothing's really saucy like we have here. We all shrimp tempura fried and a bunch of sauce and eel sauce and spicy mayo. You can ask for it there, but that's not the normal there. This is like, I like nigiri, which is just a better rice with a raw piece of fish right on top. Sashimi is really good over there too, but that's just straight meat, straight fish and stuff. It's good. It's just I like a little bit of texture of the rice. A little bit of the saltiness. Like sometimes the rice is sweet sometimes too. So it depends on what the chef does, how they make it. And that's a big thing too. Each chef makes their rice different. I didn't know that. So that's a cool thing. So yeah, go ahead.
This is slowly turning into a fucking South Korea podcast, and I love it. I'm dialed in on South Korea now. Ever since I heard the Nikaza, I'm fucking dialed in. I might even make the description of this podcast in just Korean. I'm gonna have the English one and then the Korean one, just so your new fans are like, holy shit, let me listen to this and I have no idea what these people, what this idiot's saying.
It would be funny, dude, if you just converted translated the whole thing to Korean. So we'd be talking like this and you go, yeah, I thought it was really good.
Just did the subtitles, the Korean subtitles in the YouTube video. That has to get done. I mean, I'm not
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Just get over here.
That has to get done, man. That would be so goddamn funny. I love that. So when you stepped off the airplane in Korea, was it like, I want to get the tourist attraction first, or I want to see the fucking baseball field first? Because you've seen it all, man. You've been through the minors. You've seen major league fields. What was the first thing you wanted to do when you were down there?
See the ball field. That was one of my biggest or most important things for me, for sure, to see the ball field. We saw it the first day. I landed at 6 a.m. We got picked up at the hotel at 1 and went straight to the field. So that was kind of one of the things that was important to me, to see where I'm going to be in the next 6 months, for every day for the next 6 months. But other than that, I definitely wanted to experience the culture. I wanted to see, what a gas station looked like. I mean, we went to some convenience store and we went to a bagel shop and like a local bagel shop. I like to get around. I like to bop around and try new things, man. Just explore as much as I can. Just take in as much as I can. Even in during the season, when we're on the road, I get up early, walk to coffee shops, walk to different places. I like to explore and just take in anything I can, because you never know when you're going to be back and you might not ever get the opportunity again.
No, exactly. And that's the biggest thing about you, which is what I appreciate so much, is you just take it as it goes day by day. I mean, I'll say this on the record. If the Blue Jays are listening to this, you're fucking dead to me. What you did to my friend, Nick Kingham, is something I will never forget. If I ever turn into the Godfather, kneecaps Gonzo, Toronto Blue Jays. With what just happened there. And Nick, I know you're not going to say it because you're a class act, one-of-a-kind guy, the kind of guy I want my daughter to date. But I will say it, put it on the record, the Toronto Blue Jays are dead to me. If you ever think about hiring me, it's no for me immediately right off the bat. That's what I wanted to say, Nick. just to put that on the record.
You know what? Don't do all that for me. You got to look out for yourself first and foremost. But I do appreciate it.
But yeah, let's get back to Korea. So what's the baseball field like, man? Because I looked at a picture of it and it looks like a goddamn soccer field or concert venue. It's unreal.
So it's cool, man. So it's half turf around the apron, grass on the infield and outfield. They have the biggest LED screen in all of Asia. I don't know how big it is, but it's the biggest. So you do the math. They have what do you call it? A cheermaster. That's like a head. I don't know, like promotions guy cheering on the crowd and everything. We just watched the video today my dad sent me about the Lotte Giants. The head guy is just on top of the dugout the whole time, just yelling with the microphone and just getting the crowd pumped up. And he said his main thing is that he wants the players to be able to hear the crowd. So he's like, I'm not doing my job if the players aren't pumped up from the crowd. So that's cool, man. It's gonna be a freaking nonstop party the whole time. And so I don't know if they sell out, but they said 15 to 20,000 every night too, which is more than what I'm used to.
Which is more than the Rogers Center. So yeah, whatever. You're lost, Blue Jays, like I said. But are you excited? Like, because obviously you're the kind of guy that when you have a little bit of adrenaline in your body, you fucking pitch. Obviously, like you dice. So just to pitch in that kind of environment, how excited are you to just step out of that bullpen for the first time and just look around and see the fucking electric atmosphere and just throw that first pitch on the mound, man?
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be nuts. Coming out and having the fans cheer like you, and they're cheering immediately too. They're not reactionary. They're not, oh, he did something cool, let's cheer. They're cheering from the get-go before you even throw your first pitch, man. So they're always wanting you to do well and always rooting for you, which I'm super excited for.
No, exactly. And the biggest thing that I wanted to mention is even if fans are heckling you or roasting you, you don't even speak the language. So fuck it. You could just in your head, just think they're cheering you on if they're fucking heckling you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it could be freaking cussing me out and everything. I'm like, what? Thanks, man. Cool. Thank you.
That's what I love about it, man. Like what I noticed there also when I looked at the field is there netting around everything?
I don't know. I didn't notice that.
Okay, well
I didn't even notice. I think they might.
I think they do because I think that's what Major League Baseball adopted on. But then again, I have a JUCO brain. I could be 100% wrong. That's what I was going to ask about, like the autographs. Like, is autographs there as big as it is here? I always wondered that.
Let me look it up. I know autographs are huge. I had some dude waiting for me at the airport when I got off the plane, asking for pictures and autographs. He gave me a little gift too. It's upstairs. It's like a little SK Wyvern doll with a little bat and everything too.
That's
and he gave Logan a scarf, a Wyvern scarf, dude. So they're super in. They want to meet with their fans. They want to get have relationships with them, like just understand and be a part of their family, man. Because that's what it is, dude. Baseball there is more than just a game in the sport. It's their family. It's their culture.
What's also the sick thing about like baseball down there? Like I said, I kind of did research on it. Everyone fucking bat flips. It's bat flipping there is
unreal.
It has to happen. It has to happen. I mean, I want to see you get an at bat. Show a little fucking bat flip if you even get a single. Just to pimp it a little bit.
So again, on that video I just watched, my dad showed me, man. And they said it's just part of the game. It's like it's not like, hey, rubbing it in your face or anything. It's just they bat flip. I guess a little bit. One of the guys said they bat flip to show the crowd, hey, look at what I just did. Like I just did that, like so I'm gonna do that. So it's part of it though.
No, it is for sure. And like the biggest thing, what I feel like people don't understand here, like when they're watching those games, they're not doing it to like you said, show the pitcher up or like say fuck you, like Jose Bautista did. They're just doing it like to say, yeah, I just did that shit. Like it's just a part of the game. That's the coolest thing, and that's why I'm a big fan of. Is it the KBO? I don't even know the name of it. The KBO.
KBO, yeah.
I'm a big fan of the KBO now. I might have to order a fucking hat. What's the team called again? The
Wyverns. SK Wyverns.
Okay.
SK. Think of SK as South Korea.
SK Wyverns. Okay. No, like I said, like you're going to be hearing a lot of people say Nikaza, as I just said. I said that in a little bit different voice to see if it was right. But I honestly wish you would have signed a little bit more in the season so you could have seen the atmosphere and just fucking been like, I'm not leaving. Like, I'm not fucking leaving. Like the Wolf of Wall Street shit. Because I feel like that would have been unreal if you just saw that shit and then you immediately hop on the fucking field the day after.
Dude, that would have been nuts. But yeah, everybody goes over there. They say if you get the opportunity, you have to go. Like, you're ridiculous if you don't go. It's an incredible experience. I've never met one person that didn't like playing over there. I mean, whatever it is. They may not have had the best results or whatever, but they said playing over there is incredible, dude. No regrets whatsoever. Just go for it. You have to do it.
And like I said, I might look into this, but you might be the only baseball player to ever play in the U.S., Canada, and South Korea for for 3 different professional baseball teams. I don't know. I'm just going to pretend that you're the only one. Am I wrong, though? Am I wrong? I might be wrong.
I don't know. No? I mean, who am I to say you're wrong? No.
You heard it here first. Nick Kingham, so who we have on this podcast, is the first ever baseball player to play pro in the U.S., Canada, and fucking South Korea. So I wanted to talk about that. I want to talk about Major League Baseball a little bit because obviously we're not saying you're done. We're not saying you're done with Major League Baseball. I just wanted to talk about like what's the biggest thing that you'll kind of miss just from the major leagues or even playing in North America. Great question.
Okay, so the stupid cheesy one is is gonna be. I mean, just the difference in time difference from my family. 3 hours was crazy enough. We're on the West Coast, so and then I've always played on the East Coast. That was already hard enough. But now this is going to be 17 hours ahead. So if it's noon, yeah, if it's noon in Las Vegas, it's going to be 5 o'clock p.m. the next day. Noon on Monday, it's 5 o'clock Tuesday night.
So they could still watch it. My brain's trying to process what's going on right now. So can they still watch? Like, are they awake? Wait, noon, 12. Yeah, no, they'll still be awake. They'll still be awake to watch your game.
But it's going to be, or maybe I've said that wrong. I don't know. So all I know is games are at 6:30. Games are at 6:30 local in Korea. That will be 2:30 a.m. Vegas.
Yeah,
so I had it backwards. It was midnight, not noon.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's tough, man. That's definitely. I didn't even realize that. Also, I honestly thought you were gonna say you just missed the private jets, the team charters every fucking game. That's what I would say, but I'm a completely different guy than you.
Toronto had way better flights than Pittsburgh too. Pittsburgh's flight, I mean, not that it was bad, but it was just a normal plane, like a normal, just regular one row down the middle, 3 seats on each side. You get your own row, but it was like you're cramped. I mean, I got to sit sideways, and then my back's hurting the whole freaking flight.
Yeah.
Or else your knees are going in the back of the chair in front of you. But Toronto had the first class all the way back. 2 seats, big recliners, everything, dude. In the very, very back, you had chairs that face each other too, so you can play cards and everything. Badass, way better.
Okay.
Shout out Toronto.
Okay. No, I don't know about that. But
for that one thing.
For that. But I wanted to bring up, like, I was always wondering about this. For instance, you know how in Major League Baseball you have kind of rookie initiation, kind of stuff like that. Do they have that in the KBO? I always wondered what you're gonna get. Maybe you have to dress up as like a sushi maker or something like that.
I hope they have something. I mean, it keeps it fun, dude. As long as it's in the same. I mean, I know initiation's getting away and everybody's getting soft and sensitive, and to some extent, I understand. Don't embarrass the guy. But if he's new, a little something to be part of the team, yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah, no, exactly. Were you the kind of guy that when you were on a Major League roster, were you allowed to give that kind of initiation to someone, or was it just like, what's the service time that you have to have?
It wasn't me. No, I wasn't near qualified. Yeah, I probably acted like it, but no, I was not. I did not have the tenure to be pulling those kind of strings. No.
Yeah, no, and like the biggest thing about that with the Toronto Blue Jays was that you guys were such a young team, so I just kind of assumed that, I mean, you were kind of the older guy, the guy that was obviously giving wisdom to the younger pitchers and all that kind of stuff. So I just wondered if that was a thing. But what's the biggest thing that you kind of miss, just because you lived in Canada for a pretty good amount of time? Was it like a couple months, right?
Yeah.
What's the biggest difference you noticed, like, from while you were living in Canada? Because we did the podcast when you were still early. What's the biggest thing from Canada to Las Vegas, or even just the United States? The biggest difference?
Well, where I lived in Canada was right downtown, right in Koreatown or Chinatown, walkable to everywhere. So I love that. I love, like I said, I like getting out exploring. They got bikes everywhere. They got scooters. Just hop on and go. I mean, that's anywhere downtown, I guess, in any big city. But that was the biggest difference about living there versus living in Las Vegas. I live in the outskirts of the suburb. Got to drive. The only closest thing I could walk to is maybe a CVS.
Yeah, no, for sure. And the biggest thing, the thing with Nolan is that I think Nolan's going to be so good is that you kind of have that kind of aspect where you can kind of tell Nolan, like, listen, man, like, with baseball, it's a hard game, man. They could fucking ship you out whenever you can. So what kind of advice have you given Nolan since you kind of left Major League Baseball?
So I think he's noticed that as well. He knows, like, sometimes things are out of your hand. Like, you may be doing really well and get booted, or you may be sucking, and team like really likes you and they're going to keep you around, give you opportunity. So I think he's kind of figuring that out through me, understanding that it's not all about, it's not all in your control. But little things here and there, like, we'll talk and kind of, he'll ask questions, or I'll give him some stuff. Hey man, this is what reminded me of I wanted to talk to you about, like. But he's been good, man. He's growing up. He's learning how to pitch, first of all, instead of just throwing. He's learning sequences. He's learning hitters. Like, third time through the order, you can't get him. You can only fool a guy so many times. So sometimes you just got to just beat him, outstuff him. So he's learning little things here and there, but that's on his own, man. That's most of the stuff that he's going to learn just by doing it and by pitching and by going through experience and stuff. And anything he has questions for, he never hesitates to ask. And I'm always willing to help him with anything.
No, yeah, for sure. Like I said, I would honestly, it would be fucking sick if like you guys played on the same team somewhere down in the future, even if it's in Korea. I mean, I might have to fucking live in Korea if that happened. That'd be incredible just to watch you two. But is there spring training in Korea? I always wondered that because I'm not even gonna say anything because I'm so fucking dumb. But is there spring training in Korea?
Yeah. There's spring training. We're going to be in Florida this year. Usually they go in Japan, but I guess apparently the governments are not. They're in a little tiff right now. So we're going to be in Florida for 3 weeks. We're going to be in Vero Beach, which is on the Atlantic side, Old Dodger Town, I believe. There for 3 weeks, and then we'll scoot over to Tucson for 3 weeks, and then we'll play like 3 other Korean teams that are also having the spring training there. So it's about 6 weeks long, maybe 7. I don't, depending on how many weeks in March, and then the season starts March 25th, I believe, back in Korea. So.
Yeah. So I mean, speaking about spring training, I'm going to mention this because not many people remember this. You put the defending World Series Boston Red Sox in your back pocket last year in spring training. I don't know if you remember that appearance. I watched it. It was on TV, and I was like texting like the guys, and I was like, this guy is carving on the mound right now. Do you remember that appearance?
Yeah, I remember. It was at their place. Yeah. Oh, I remember, dude. Yeah, pitching. I mean, doesn't matter where it is. It's against the Boston Red Sox. Doesn't matter where you're playing. You could be playing in freaking backyard baseball, but if it's against the Boston Red Sox, yeah, I remember that, dude. That was fun. That was the first time I ever faced him. I think I never faced him at home or any the years either.
Yeah, and things were going so good for you last year with the Blue Jays, which is also why it was mind-boggling to me why you got released, because you literally the day before you pitched against the Red Sox in Boston. My memory is incredible, by the way, for this episode. I cannot believe this. But you carved no runs, and I get a fucking notification the next day, Nick Kingham DFA, and first of all, I didn't even know what DFA was, but I texted Noah, and I was wondering what DFA meant. Were you caught off guard with that decision?
At that point, yeah, I was. Yeah. They called me in the office. They said, hey, Skip wants to see you. My initial thought was, dude, I've been in the bullpen. They said they wanted me to be a starter. Like, I'm going to be a starter. Like, they're going to move me to the rotation. Cool. So I come in the Skip's office and close the door before I could even sit on the couch. Before ass touched cloth, they said, hey, we got to have to designate you. And I sit down and I'm just like, what? Like, no, you're joking. And so that's how it happens, man. I was in there for 37 seconds, and that was it. On the couch for 12.
Yeah, that's actually crazy, man, that they literally didn't even, like... That's the thing that aggravates me about fucking pro baseball is you're just a fucking number to them, unless you're Bo Bichette or Vladimir Guerrero. And you were actually pitching good, which is like I said, mind-boggling to me because you were doing so well, and I was so caught off guard. Everyone was so caught off guard with it. I thought it was a joke at the start. When when I got the notification, I was like, I don't know what this means, but I'm assuming it's not bad because he was doing so well. So, are you going to be a starter in Korea?
Yeah.
Is that something?
Yeah. I'm going to be a starter. That's what they told me. Yeah, I'm going to be a starter. They have 5 starters, but they play 6 games in a row. Every Monday is off day. So the rotation will be a little different. We'll get more days off and a little bit more breaks, which is cool. I mean, rest is always good. You only have so many bullets in your arm, so it'll be cool, but it'll be an easy adjustment, I think.
Have you started throwing now? Are you back in your throwing regimen and throwing program?
Yeah. I started the end of November, so I've been throwing for like 3 weeks now. 2.5, 3 weeks. So just slowly building up and getting ready. I'll start bullpens sometime next month. And then, get ready to go, man. Face some hitters in February and get some scrimmages and like inter squads.
Okay. How fired up's Don for this movement? Is he going to come visit you?
Oh, dude, he's 100% coming to visit. Yeah. He's pumped, dude. Anytime your boy can keep playing ball, no matter what it is. I mean, do what he loves. Like, I'm his kid. I'm living out his dream. So he's just fired up that is, first of all, I'm still playing. 2, that it's in another country and he can go visit and get flown out and experience something just because of me. So I'm happy I can give him that, and I know he's fired up to kind of go along with it with me.
Yeah, was that like the thought process of that? Did you kind of talk about it with him, or was he just like, Nick, whatever you fucking say, man, I'm all for it?
I've told him a couple times, like probably 3 years ago, some foreign, Korean teams, Asian teams, I guess, were talking to me, and I told him that was an option. Maybe the opportunity might happen now, it might happen whatever. The first time I told him, he goes, Well, that'd be badass. I'd definitely do that. I go, okay, cool, dude. Yeah, but you don't got to go over there. You don't have to freaking pack up your bags and go live over there. But I was right away. I was like, yeah, dude, for sure I'd go too. But then when it got real, I'm like, hey, like I don't know if I really want to do this for like 3 days. Like that hit me, and then I'm like, after that, I'm like, yeah, right, dude. I want to do it. I'm all in. Like, forget America, dude. It's boring. If it ain't foreign, it's
Exactly.
foreign.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I was so caught off guard with the fact that you signed. I thought you were going to sign with major league teams or anything like that. Were major league teams talking to you during this offseason?
Yeah. I had a few teams offer me, but all minor league deals, which is what I expected. Minor league deal with an invite to major league spring training, chance to make the squad. But I mean, they already pretty much have their team made up. Like they know who's going to make it, who's breaking the on the 25-man roster, and either I have to just completely wow them, or somebody would have to get hurt. And I hate saying that, but that's just part of the game. But
Yeah.
that's the only way I would have really probably broke out of spring training. Or unless I, like I said, wowed somebody. But I didn't really want to do that because, again, it doesn't matter how well you do. They already have their mind made up most of the time. So I would have just been up and down, most likely. And I was just like, you know what, I want this. This is some guarantee. This is some, like, obviously some solidity. And I'll be in one place for an extended period of time, which is always nice.
Yeah, no, like what I was gonna say. You just want to be somewhere where you're wanted, man. Like, and if when you're in a major league team and you're filling in for someone that's fucking injured, you're not wanted. You're just a fucking missing. You're a fill-in piece on the major league team. Where you are right now in Korea, you're obviously wanted there. They gave you the whole VIP treatment. You're staying in fucking rooftop buildings. You have fans out there giving you bobbleheads and shit. That's somewhere I feel like is definitely a better place for you, just based on that aspect.
No doubt, dude. I mean, I remember one of the toughest things was when we traded for Archer 2 years ago. He came in, and I'm pitching that day. He comes in the locker room and unpacks his stuff like 2 lockers down from mine. I'm like, all right, well, cool. This is my replacement coming in, and I'm pitching today. I gotta go out and pitch, even though I know it's probably my last game, and he's gonna take my spot. So cool, everybody. Nice seeing you. And I mean, you could say it's weak-minded and like whatever, but dude, that shit eats at you, man. It's no matter how tough you are, it's still in the back of your mind that you know it's there, and you got to be perfect. And even if you are perfect, like I said, could be going down no matter what. So that stuff eats at you a little bit, and it's just because you're human.
Exactly, and I was a mental midget in baseball, which is why I never went to a D1, never went anywhere. Luckily, though, you are not a mental midget because you have been through a fuck ton of shit, especially with the Twitter roasts. Luckily, the Twitter roasts have actually calmed down. You have never been roasted on Twitter. I searched your name. Nick Kingham is nowhere to be found in the Twitter world because I would have put them in my fucking back pocket if one person spoke any word bad about you, Nick. So that I just wanted to mention that. And if they do if they do it in South Korea, you have no idea what they're saying because you can't read Korean. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. Either way, man. Bring it on the cheers. Bring it on the shit talk.
So is Logan your wife? Is she moving down there with you?
To Korea, yeah. She'll be coming. She'll come with me immediately. Then she'll come back and visit home. See her parents and everything. At least once, maybe twice, depending on how she feels. If she wants to come home more or whatever. But yeah, she'll be down there most of the time with me.
How long is the flight from Vegas?
13 and a half hours.
Okay. All right. So I gotta. So don't listen to the next 13 episodes of this podcast, and just download them, and then you fucking ammo for the whole plane ride. You're welcome. I'm just thinking out.
No, dude. I mean, at a flight that long, you have to sleep. So I sleep as much as I can on a flight like that. If you're sitting there for 13 hours, dude, you're gonna freaking lose your mind, or your tongue's gonna be raw from eating all the peanuts. Or the pretzels.
No, exactly. And since you're obviously in South Korea, I want to ask something. You played the Astros, so this is something we're gonna get in a little bit of baseball talk here, which is weird for this podcast. We don't do that much. Did you notice the garbage can banging of the fucking stealing the signs?
I didn't notice that, but so this is not new to the players, like this news. We've kind of known about this for the last couple of years, at least 2018. But apparently this has happened in 2017 is what they're getting caught for. But I heard it was like they were banging the ceramic toilet in the dugout. That's what I heard it was. That was their thing. Somebody would be in there with the headphone, whatever. Somebody, hey, heater, and they'd be whatever on the toilet with the bat or the bat rack. Like somebody would be sitting there with the bat and then like banging on the bat rack. But I never heard anything. But I wasn't really listening for it either. That was my first game with the Blue Jays. So I was like, oh, cool. Let's just go out there and don't suck. So that was what I was looking for.
Yeah, I just feel like it's crazy that actually happened in Major League Baseball, and that like so many players' careers got fucked over because they got absolutely mashed against the Astros. Little do they know they're cheating. That's the craziest thing to me. That's the thing that kind of, at least you don't have to worry about that in South Korea because there'd be so many goddamn fans cheering. There'd be banging shit everywhere. So maybe they are stealing signs in Korea. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I don't know. Maybe you got lights or something in the outfield by the batter's eye. I don't know. Some guy taking off his red shirt to show black.
Yep. Do you notice that with other major league teams, the stealing signs? You don't have to name the teams, obviously, but do you think that goes on around the league? It's not just the Astros; they just got caught.
I don't know if teams are doing it the way they did, but I know it's like not sign stealing, but like if you're on second base and you're peeking in, and the guy's giving one sign, and that's free reign to relay it to the batter. That's up to you and the catcher to switch up your signs, make it confusing. That's part of the game. That's part of like the chess game you got to do. But if you got a camera like poking in there and that's using technology like that, that's kind of horseshit. And I think everybody agrees with me on that. That's not part of the game anymore. That's not baseball. So
yeah, that's why I'm not a big analytic guy. I like the 1950 baseball style. No cheating, can't do any of that. A lot of fighting, which makes it a little bit more better. I'd love to see, like I said, I'd love to see you in a baseball fight because you are a big ass frame and you'd probably murder someone. Would you fight in a baseball game? I always wondered that with you.
it depends on what it was, man. If it was me, if like me and the batter or me and somebody had beef, maybe, yeah, if it led to that. But if I'm gonna clear benches and because somebody hit somebody else and we're just clearing because that's kind of like the unwritten rule, you have to go out there because if you don't go out, you're getting fined by your own team. If you don't go out and protect your players, but I don't see myself fighting anybody for someone else's battle. So it had to be something personal.
Yeah, this is a two-parter question about your major league career. What's the best memory that you had playing in the major leagues, and what's the funniest thing that you saw happen while you were playing in the major leagues?
Those are tough questions right there. Funnest thing, dude. It's probably our like 11-game win streak we had, 12-game win streak with the Pirates. Didn't matter what was going on, didn't matter what happened. We could show up to the field 20 minutes before the game. We knew we were going to win that game, and that's how I feel like the Dodgers feel every time they show up to the yard.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that was incredible. We swept the Brewers 5-game series. Like it was like the first time in I don't know 30 years that a team's gotten 5 games swept. Walked them off day before the All-Star break in the rain in the 11th inning. That was one of the coolest things ever. So that's what's one of my definitely better memories. One of the funniest things I've seen. Oh man, I don't know, dude. When you play with Tyler Glass now, you see something funny every day, dude. The kid's a riot. The kid's one of the funniest kids I've ever met. Greatest personality, good friend, good dude, just all around loose, fun guy. So Tampa's lucky to have him, and he's kind of good at baseball too. So yeah, they're real lucky to have him.
Yeah, and he's unbelievable, and he's uncomfortably good looking. I've texted it to you before. This guy is just. I look at him and I'm like, I got to keep my girlfriend away from this fucking guy. This guy is a man.
Don't be taking her in any Rays games.
Oh man, I love. Yeah, he's a beauty, man. And that's the thing with Tyler Glass now is he kind of left a bad taste in everyone's mouth with that last appearance. Obviously, he struggled. It's not his fault. But he is such a good fucking pitcher, man. Like, he is going to be so good for so long with the Tampa Bay Rays. And can we give you credit for that, for keeping him loose? Because you're such a good friend that he's such a good pitcher because of you?
I'd be saying you're dumb if you don't, you know. No, I'm just kidding, dude. Dude, Glass is his own character, man. He doesn't let anybody else affect him. He's his own guy. So, yeah, especially that last game, man. It was against the Astros, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was against the Astros.
So shitty, man.
I wonder why.
I got everybody in the whole freaking baseball world. I told them too, like, anybody who knows anything about baseball is pulling for you tonight, dude. Just know that. Like, the whole freaking baseball community, everybody was pulling for him. So it's shitty that had to go up against what he did like that with the whole backside of the 8 ball.
Yeah, no, for sure. Did you keep anything from your major league career, like any memorabilia as memories? I always, because I feel like you kept that ball, that first strikeout you got in your major league career.
I had the first strikeout. I had the first out. I have my first win, my first save. I got a save. Yeah, starting pitcher got a save.
Yep.
I got all my jerseys for like all the home away alternate jerseys. I even got Toronto's too. One of my favorite ones, dude, is my freaking Canada Day red.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite jerseys. But yeah, other than like personal stuff I do, but I don't keep much of anything that wasn't like mine.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. You got to keep those kind of memorabilia and that kind of stuff just to like fucking, I guess, show your grandkids like, yeah, I played in the fucking major leagues. Like that's the coolest shit of all time. You could play half a game in the major leagues and you could still fucking show off that jersey. So is that something you're going to use on your grandkids when those kids start coming around?
I think so, man. I mean, because it all happens so fast, dude. When you're going through it, like it's just like boom, boom, boom. It happens. Cool. It's like cool. It's fun. It's exciting. It's a big deal. But the next day it comes around, you got to do it again. And so it kind of gets blurred or washed away. And then it's something cool to look back at and just kind of look at it and be like, you know what? I remember this like vividly. Like now I can kind of take a breath and really just relive it. So I think that's what it's really meant for. And then, of course, I'll show my fans or family and kids and grandkids and everything, too. That'll be like, hey, man, that'll just bring me back again and allow me to relive that special moment with them, too. So.
Yeah. Is there one guy that you are going to be able to like talk about like that stuck with you after your major league career as of right now? That's like one of your best friends that you met during your playing career, or even three guys that are like your best friends that you met while playing baseball.
I got 4 dudes that I met my first year, or within the first year of playing that I still talk to today. Matt Benedict, Jameson Tyone, Stetson Alley, and Ryan Hafner. Those 4 guys, four of us signed together in 2010, and then we met Matt the following year when he signed, and we played on the same team, and we've been friends ever since, dude. So those are like my ride or dies, man. Those are my guys that they're all at my wedding. I'm sure they're all in my wedding. So everything is we're a close knit group of guys, dude. Definitely my best buddies that I've met through the game of baseball.
Yeah, and you had a good career. I'm gonna say you got to do a lot of things that literally like you have a better chance of winning the fucking lottery than playing Major League Baseball, and you got that opportunity, man. And like I said, people can chirp all they want from their fucking mother's basements. They could chirp you on Twitter. You got the opportunity to pitch in front of thousands of fucking people and play baseball, man. And that's something that you're a better person than me. You'll always be a better person than me just based on the fact that you're a professional baseball player. So this is my last question that I wanted to mention. I ask this a lot to people. What's your expectations or what's your goals specifically for next year playing in South Korea?
Personal goals for myself. I mean, they brought me over there to win ball games, so I'm going to give my team the best chance to win every single game that I pitch in. Whether it's, coming out of the bullpen or starting, I'm going to – and that's a personal – so, I mean, obviously that means I do good too. But give my team just the best chance to win, no matter what it is, no matter how deep of the game I go in. When I leave that game, I want my players to know, my teammates to know that, hey, we still got a chance, no matter when it is. And then at the end of the day, if I'm doing that, then let's freaking bring it home, dude. Let's win it. Like that'd be cool. I've never won a championship. I've never been on a winning team like that. So I think that would be just why not, dude? I'm going all the way to South Korea. Let's freaking just win it all. So I think that's definitely my goal for this year. I know that's everybody's goal, but that's like truly what like I am striving for this year, and I think it's definitely attainable, man. The team's good. The team won it 2 years ago. And so we got really good bullpen. We're going to score runs. So I know where we stand, and I think it's definitely attainable.
Yeah, I'm excited for you, man. And everyone in Las Vegas is rooting for you. And like I said, Toronto Blue Jays, don't give me a call. Delete my number. But But like I said, man, everyone is so excited for you. You look happy as fuck, man. Definitely in a different place than you were last year when the Blue Jays let you go. And there you have it, man. Everyone say it with me. Ni Kaza. Remember it. Imprint it into your mind. The new face of South Korea, the new face of the KBO, Nick Kingham, man. It was an honor. I appreciate this, man.
Hey, thank you, man. I always enjoy coming on here anytime, dude. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.
There you go. Thank you, bro.